Welcome back to the Derek Smith Spiel. This is the first episode back on Ithaca College campus, and I have the one and only Niche Nick.
It's me, Niche Nick.
Nick, last time you were on the podcast, a lot has changed.
Quite a bit, yeah.
The knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
You're not single anymore. But take the listener through what they've missed in your life.
So yeah, if you're a true fan of the Derek Smith Spiel, you know I was on the Diamond Dogs episode when we talked about how Derek fumbled a girl's number. But since then...
Whoa, I got the number. She just didn't respond.
Yeah. Since then, our friend Tyler, who was also on that, shortly after, actually, we were supposed to film this short film for him since he's a film major. And then I met this girl, and we were talking for a bit, and then we were going out to Chili's, and the date went fine. It was perfect. And then I get back, and I needed to register for classes. She's like, "Oh yeah, just get your stuff and bring it back to my room. We can help you register." So I'm like, "Yeah, sounds great." So I get out of the Uber, walk to my room, open the door. There goes my knee. My knee's on the side of my leg. Shit was rough. So I text her real quick. I'm like, "Yo, my knee's not on my leg right now." And then I call OPS, and they get an ambulance. I'm on the phone with my mom. She's trying to get in there, like in the room. So our boy Gavin had to let her in. He was on the pooper right during the time, and he just walks out and sees me knee on the side of the leg. I would show you a picture, but I deleted it off my phone. Actually, I had mad PTSD from seeing that. So yeah, I dislocated my knee and had to get a surgery where they cut my tibia and moved it and screwed it back together and gave me a new ligament from a dead person.
So from a dead person?
Yeah.
You got a new ligament.
Yeah, it's a cadaver ligament. It's from the hamstring of a dead person.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. So you dislocated your knee, and then when it came back in, it destroyed your ligaments. That's what happened?
Yeah. I had some fractures in my kneecap actually from how hard it slammed against my femur.
And that was just from opening a door. There was no prior damage that had been done that was
that was my fourth dislocation, but the other three were on my right leg. This one on my left. I guess what they said. I still have the problem on my right leg, so I'm just waiting for that to dislocate so I can get surgery again. But my patella sits too high, and the groove that it's supposed to track in it's not deep enough. So what they did, they moved my kneecap down and to the side, and they drilled out that groove so it stays in.
That's gruesome. Do you know how long the surgery was?
2.5 hours.
And what was the recovery like?
Oh, the recovery was awful. The first week, I think I could safely say I'd rather be dead. It was the worst pain of my life. I was on some Percocets. I forget what it was called, Oxycyco something.
Oxytocin, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't. But you're on hard drugs.
Yeah, I mean, on some hard drugs that had me loopy for the whole week.
And you probably didn't want to take them, right?
No.
Just I remember I had knee surgery. It was not as invasive as yours, but they gave me the drugs, and I didn't want to take them because you hear so much stuff about people getting hooked.
Yeah.
But trying to tough it out does not.
That was the thing that that Percocet they gave me was highly addictive, so I couldn't be on it for too long. And then I also had some muscle relaxer, as well as rotating Advil and Tylenol. So it was a lot. But the first week, every time I moved, it was just the worst pain ever. Even if I was just pushing myself up on my bed, it was so bad. Trying to use the bathroom was gruesome.
Could you sleep?
The sleep was so bad. I was overdosing on melatonin every night, and it was still hard to sleep. There was one night. It was day 9. I woke up and I had a nerve flare, they called it, where anytime I moved, it was just the most burning sharp pain ever. I was biting my sheets and screaming because I had no water. I couldn't get my water, so I had Advil there, but I didn't want to I had no water.
Yeah, you didn't want to chew it or swallow it dry.
Yeah, that's disgusting. So then I just screamed until my mom woke up.
Did you have any? You have a lot of cats. Did you have any close calls where The cats were jumping on your knee or anything like that.
Not really, because my cats they don't like affection, so they're never in my bed. They
They're,
they just
they're
they
just running around.
yeah they do their own thing.
Then how long was it before you could walk?
So it was 6 weeks on the crutches, and then about 9 weeks I had a brace on. But I was walking before they told me I should, just because like I could walk even if I shouldn't have. I hate the crutches. Like, 'cause I was on the crutches for like 4 weeks when I first did the injury, and then I had 2 weeks, and then surgery, and then 6 more weeks of crutches. I was done. So I did do the full 6 weeks of crutches. It was just
Hmm.
like a minor walking.
Did you chafe your armpits from the crutches?
A little bit, but not too bad. Like, I like to consider myself pretty professional on the crutches. Like, I think I could go to Paralympics.
You were a pro going downstairs
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
I
You
figured I
you
figured that
had
one out.
someone hold the crutches and you just hopped down.
Yeah, if I had a person with me, I'd give Owen the crutches, and I'd like grab two railings, just swing down, and if not, I'd grab both crutches with one hand, just like hobble it down. But it was clean.
What was the physical therapy like?
Physical therapy, like I got told it was gonna be really bad, and like the first day, so my doctor he sent me to physical therapy day after surgery. Like it was so bad. It was so painful getting in the car, getting anywhere. It was just bad. And then my therapist just like bent my knee. I was in tears. I was bawling. Like I never cried, but he had me crying bad. But then after that, it was pretty smooth sailing. Like until I was weight bearing. I forget what week that was. Like maybe week 5, I was able to bear weight. So like before that, I was just like laying on a bed and bending it. And then once I got the quad control to raise my legs, things got a lot easier. But before that, I was like picking up my leg like I was paralyzed. And then once I was off the crutches and everything, like getting on the bike, and it took me a while to get my first revolution until my physical therapist like just went up to me. I was like, "All right, you're close enough." And then just she put her foot on the other side of the pedal and just like cranked it to get my first full rotation.
What's the first full rotation? What is that?
I think you need 100 degrees of bend.
Oh, so like trying to put your ankle to your butt.
No, I was on a bike. No, so
Gotcha.
it was a revolution on the
Okay, that
bike.
makes
Yeah,
more
yeah,
sense. Yeah, and she was just like, "Yeah, you're healed," and
yes,
forced to.
yeah.
How bad did that hurt?
That it was like an instant of pain, and then it just kind of ached. But afterwards, it felt so much better.
Now,
So
after that first rotation, could you just keep going?
yeah, because like I feel like some of it was mental too. Like I was just stopping, like the mind was stopping before the body. So once you forced it, I had it.
That had to be terrifying, though.
Yeah,
When she,
once you put her foot there, I was like, oh fuck, I know what's happening.
oh man, now we're full clearance now.
Yeah, full clearance. I had to take some what do they call it functional testing, where they had me like jump from 2 feet to 2 feet, and then jump from 2 feet, land on one foot, and then one foot land on one foot. I did that fine, and then I had to run for 5 minutes, and I did kind of cheat my way through it because it was supposed to be 5 minutes no pain. It was hurting. I just sucked it up because I didn't want to do physical therapy anymore. I was leaving to college anyway.
Now your main sport, I guess, is climbing. How are you gonna get back into climbing?
Well, I think they opened either this Thursday or the coming Monday here, so I'm just gonna go there on whatever day. I'm just gonna start light, see what I can do. If it hurts too much, I'll wait a week or so. I'll just keep trying until it doesn't hurt. But my surgeon said that like once I pass my functional testing, I should be good for sports. And my physical therapist said that I should be good for light climbing with a harness. I can't do bouldering where I'm like falling down and landing, but as long as I'm in a harness, I should be good.
And you've got Gavin as a partner, right?
Truth.
So he's got it down.
Yeah.
He knows the deal. Did they give you any workouts that they expect you to still be doing?
Yeah, they want me to still be doing. They call it heel slides, where you like lay down and like just bend your knee as much as you can. They want me to do leg raises, but I mean my quad is fine enough. I went back to the gym, so like I feel like as long as I just do like just gym exercises, that
Right.
should pretty much suffice.
How close to 100% do you think your leg feels right now?
Well, we can do some math. We had a goniometer, and it measured my good knee.
Okay.
I can like touch my calf to my hamstring 155 degrees full bend. This one, my last therapy visit at 135, and they say the optimal range is 120, 130. But since I'm young, I can bend this one a lot more. But like for most people of like 30 years old or so, like to be
Right.
active, it's like 120, 130. So I'm past the optimal range. I just wanted to get 155. So whatever 135 or 155 is, and I was 135 2 weeks ago. Maybe I'm at 140 now.
Have you ever had it like swell up after physical therapy or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah. After a hard session, it will swell up more and hurt, and then I usually ice it right after, so that puts it down.
Then it just goes back, no
Yeah,
problems.
and honestly, it looks kind of weird. Like when I wear shorts, I look at my knee because like you can see the malformation of my right knee now that this one's fixed. It's like it's pretty odd.
So is your goal for like by next semester when the weather's nice again to not be short conscious, I guess, like be confident wearing shorts?
I wouldn't say I'm not confident wearing shorts. I'm fine. I like this is my first time wearing pants since the surgery outside. I wore shorts every day just because it was easier. Like, I mean, it was easier to put on. Like, they wouldn't rub on my scars when it hurt.
Hmm.
Just physical therapy when they wanted to measure my knee, so I just wear shorts, and it was also hot. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty chill wearing shorts.
no problem. It just looks different.
Yeah.
And have you had anyone else really notice?
No, because I don't think people really study people's legs and knees that often. I don't
Right.
think people are like walking around like. I mean, people don't care about me, right? Like like
Not like that
just
average
the average
stranger.
person who walk
Yeah.
around like they care about themselves more than anyone. They just want to get to where they're going. They're not like looking at me and studying my knee. So no, I haven't had people really like my friends when I come back. They ask me how my knee's doing and like how it was, but just randoms now.
Yeah, but they aren't like, whoa, your legs look different, man.
No, because I mean they honestly don't like. The only difference is I have some scars.
The scars are impressive.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was looking up some pictures, be like before the surgery of like what it looks like. And some of the scars look pretty ugly. I feel like I'm pretty happy with mine. It's like when I get the surgery done on this leg, I want the same surgeon.
you mean the scars you looked up were worse than yours, like larger and
Not even larger. They just didn't look cool.
discolored and
Yeah, like my I feel like I got lucky with my scars. Like I don't look at them and feel repulsive.
do you like showing them off? Like, yeah, this was my surgery. This is what happened, or no, you wouldn't say that.
I won't go out of my way. I mean, like anytime I saw someone over the summer, that was like my first time seeing them since I went like first year.
Right.
Like when I went to the gym for the first time, they were like, "Oh man, nice to see you. It's been a while." I'm like, yeah, and told them about the surgery and I showed them my scars. And they're like, oh, damn. So like I show it to people that I haven't seen in a while. But like if I'm gonna be like say I meet a new friend in class tomorrow, I'm not gonna be like my legs.
Want to see my scar?
Yeah.
Well, you came to Ithaca early
Mhm.
for an audition. Take me through the audition and what that was for. What that was
We
about.
get so I'm in the School of Music here at Ithaca, and every semester you have to audition for what group you play in. So like during the summer, maybe like July or so, they sent us our excerpts. It's 4 different excerpts, so it's like a minute long of playing. And I mean they're kind of difficult. It's, last semesters was much more difficult than this one, and so you just prepare them as much as you can. And then the audition is blind, so you walk in, you just see like a screen, and there's 2 people behind the screen, and my alias was P. It goes alphabetical, it's like in order.
Okay.
So I walk in, and they go, "Welcome, contestant P. Don't say anything because he'll like reveal who you are, and just
Hmm.
play the excerpts 1 through 4." And I just play them, and he says thank you, and I walk out. And then 3 days later, you get the results back, and I happen to get wind ensemble, which is the upper ensemble, which I was surprised because like through surgery and then my cat getting hit by a car and dying.
You didn't tell me about that. I know one of your cats died. I didn't know it was hit by a car.
She got hit by a car.
Was it
Like,
a hit and run or did
no,
the?
they stopped. Like, the people who did it, it was an accident. They're very nice about it.
Yeah,
Like, it all went as well as it could. It didn't just run away. And so, like, right when I got my saxophone back after a month of not practicing, and then that happened, it's like, I don't want to practice. So, like, between all of that, I still got wind ensemble, so I'm happy enough with that.
that's awesome. That I think it's a pretty cool process how they keep everything anonymous and
Yeah. It was much more anonymous this year because usually we play in, like, some recital hall, and you walk in, like, the side, and, like, you can make direct eye contact with the proctors. It's, like, kind of cheesy. But
yeah.
this time you walked in, and it was straight up, just like a screen. Like, no, yeah, I couldn't see at all.
No one can see anything. It was just strictly based on what you heard.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's even more cool because you know you got it just on what you played, not from
yeah.
connections you made last year.
Hmm.
But you know, like everyone in that music school, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, you take classes and you're in the practice rooms, you just see people, and, like, it's just easy to know people. Everyone knows everyone there, I feel like.
What's the community like in the music center?
Um, I mean, it's good. Like, it's not like some school where it's like everyone's competitive snobs and need to be better. Like,
Right.
everyone's happy for each other. Everyone goes to each other's things, and it's like even with the class, like my sophomore class, like I know, like I feel like there's classes like there's kind of a cliques of classes. Like the seniors, they're all tight knit. The juniors are all
Mm-hmm.
tight knit, like that. And, like, we all go to each other's stuff. We're all like, it's not like some super, like, you watch Whiplash and it's like some conservatory, really badass shit. It's not
Right.
like that.
Is there any hazing going on?
No, no
No.
hazing, no coke rings. This is not Penn State.
What's the Penn State story?
You don't know that?
I never heard that. I know the football players are bad. I didn't.
No, this big coke ring. We were talking about it with my roommate's dad. The two big frats there, they're like they have a big coke ring going on. They're using their pledges to, like, cut and bag their cocaine, and they're doing their transactions through Venmo. So it's like all this one guy is getting a bunch of money, and, like, when you send money on Venmo, you have to put, like, a reason.
Yep.
They're putting the snowflake emoji. Like, be a little more discreet, I think. So, like, it got flagged, and that's how they got caught. And it's like the biggest coke ring in college history or something like that, or in a while.
What would you have done to keep it more subtle?
Okay, I don't think we should get into this,
Coke
right? I
can,
think
like a Coke can
or maybe a
emoji.
Coke can would be better. I feel like just say it's for pizza. Like, maybe have, like, an overseas bank account you're putting it into. I don't think Venmo. I think just Venmo isn't the way to go. Even Cash App, like, is private. Venmo is, like, public transaction. Like, this just could have been smarter. Not to say that I would successfully run a Coke ring, but,
Right,
like,
but
I
you
just,
wouldn't put the snowflake emoji.
yeah,
or
I wouldn't be
anything.
that stupid.
No, you'd keep it discreet.
At least
Right.
a little bit, yeah.
In one of my past podcasts, Nick is a very avid listener.
Oh yeah.
One of, if not the top fan. You said, I said something about putting on instrumental music and it being nice background music.
Mm-hmm.
And you texted me and said that. Do you remember your exact words? You said,
It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth when people they put all these seeds in one pot. They say that classical music is background
classical,
music.
that's what it was.
And yeah, because you were talking with your aunt about music, and, like, you were talking about how you put on classical music to just relax as background music, and that's not what it is. Like, yes, background music can be classical music.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like classical music demands your attention. Like, someone's telling you a story. Like, that is full of just raw emotion. It's just being human. It's the human experience in, like, the most, what I think is the most raw form of communication. Like, it's just like massive, and just like it demands your attention. You have to listen to it. Whereas background music, like, you can throw on some sort of Bach, like, just something that's soft piano. It's predictable. The dynamics don't change that much. It's
Hmm.
like repeating. Like, you don't need to, like, sit down and be like, what's changing? What's going on? What am I listening to here? So like you can use classical music as background music, but I feel like where classical music demands your attention, I feel like classical music is just like an acoustic cushion of sorts.
I don't want to speak for most people, but I know me personally, I can listen to a song with lyrics and understand the message because the lyrics are there and I can break down the lyrics. How do you break down a song that is instrumental or a classical music piece? Is there any way you can explain how to understand that, or is it just something that you believe is natural? Because they do say music is the universal language.
I mean, it is natural to a degree.
Yeah,
Um, like there is an argument there that like the lyrics it centers your focus on what you should listen to. But I feel like if you listen to foreign music, like if you listen to someone singing in Spanish,
right.
that raw emotion in their voice, I think you'll still understand
Mm-hmm.
at least the gist of what they're trying to get at. And like, I feel like instruments are the same way. Like I can play my saxophone or piano. I can play it like I could put you in some somber mood, or I can play some like really upbeat major thing that makes you like want to dance. And it's like you just listen to like the melodic lines and the harmonies and what's going on. Like you don't even need music theory really. You just like think like what is happening and how is it making me feel and what are they doing to make me feel like this? Like what's coming, what's repeating, and in this repetition, what's changing inside the repetition? You know?
So when you're listening to music, any type of music, do you think it requires multiple listens? One where you're thinking about what the artist is trying to do, and the other where you're just feeling?
Yeah, but I feel like it's usually the other way around.
Okay.
Like I usually listen and I just like see where the song takes me, and then I'll look up like the history of the composer, what he was doing during this time, like what this piece was written for, and then give it another listen. And honestly, I do that with not just instrumental music, like just really any music. Like a lot of Radiohead songs, I did that for.
I know last year you were on a big Radiohead kick. Who is the new band that you're listening to, or do you not have one yet?
Well, Radiohead over the summer was definitely my number one. Number two is the
Okay.
Beatles, and I actually used to be, I guess you could say, like a Beatles, not hater, but I wasn't an enjoyer. I was a
Mm-hmm.
little pessimistic about the Beatles. So I feel like there's a lot of people that exist in this world who praise the Beatles to no end, but they don't listen to the Beatles. Like everyone
Right.
knows, like the Beatles are the greatest of all time, and they'll say that, but they don't listen to the Beatles. Like it's astonishing how many people I would talk about the Beatles, and they'd be like, "Yeah, they're good," and then like they don't really listen to the Beatles. And so like people would always say that like they're the greatest band of all time, and like half of rock wouldn't exist without them. And I was just like I would listen to them with some like snobby attitude of like can't be that good. Can't. Not everyone could think they're the greatest of all time, and if they didn't do it, someone else would have done it,
Mm-hmm.
which to a degree could still be true. But like I really listened to them like really focused on their songs this summer. It's like yeah, these guys are great. Like nothing the Beatles do is wrong.
What brought you to that conclusion? Like, is there anything that you could specifically point out?
Probably listening to every album like chronologically and just realizing that like these are like 6 years apart. Like they have transformed so much, and they only played for like 6 years, and it's like insane. Like 13 albums, I think. Like the output is just like nuts, and every album is like different. Like they would like invent a genre and then just not touch it. It's nuts. They would just make one song and be like, yeah, new genre. All right, done. Move on.
Did you read anything about their process of how they made music? Like, how do you have that insane of an output?
I have no idea. I just think like we got really lucky that like the four of them grew up and went to the same school and met. Like the odds that John Lennon and Paul McCartney, to like you could list them as the top two greatest songwriters of all time. The fact that they grew up together and like formed a band, like we're just lucky that that happened. Like George Harris. George Harris is my favorite Beatle. I think he's so good. And like
I feel like he's the one not many people bring up too.
yeah, that's what he's called, the Quiet Beatle, and that's why. And like because he was overshadowed by John and Paul, and it's like it sucks that George can be that great of a musician and just be in a band with like the two best of all time. It's just unfortunate, really. But like he had a great solo career, I think. I mean, the most streamed Beatles song is a George Harrison song. Here Comes the Sun. That's George
He
Harrison.
wrote that?
Yeah. Something. That's a George Harrison song. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. That's George Harrison. Those are three of like the best Beatles songs. He's a phenomenal songwriter. Amazing lead guitarist. Amazing slide guitarist.
And what made him stand out compared to the other ones to you?
Um.
And that's not to put down any of the
Oh
other
yeah. No, they're all
Beatles.
great. I think because like he was put down by the Beatles actually. Like John and George, whenever he would write songs, or I mean, John and Paul, whenever George would write songs, they like wouldn't take it seriously, and that's like George's whole entire like character arc, I guess, is that like he's a great songwriter, but John and Paul they wouldn't take it seriously because like they think they're better and they wouldn't like put the wrong into his songs, and then he went and worked with Bob Dylan where his value was or his voice was valued, and he would
Mm-hmm.
take what he said and like really work with him. And then George went back to the Beatles, and he was same old, same old. They just wouldn't take him seriously, so he was like, "All right, I'm done." And that's kind of why the Beatles broke up, and he did his own thing, and like he stood up for himself. There's like this famous clip where George is talking to, I think it's John, but it might be Paul. But I'm pretty sure it's John, about how like, oh yeah, I mean, you want me to do this? I'll do this. You want me to not play at all? I won't play. Like I'll do anything that pleases you. And that's like really you can see the tension, and that's during like the Abbey Road recordings. You can see they're falling apart, not really getting along.
That was during Abbey Road.
Yeah.
But that's crazy because that's like their highest regarded album. And they were dealing with that much tension.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that tension brought out the emotion in their music?
It might have. That could definitely. Like, I mean, they also had the whole tension with John and Yoko Ono. Um, yeah, it definitely could have. I think they knew that Abbey Road was going to be their last, so they put everything into it.
What was the tension with John?
A lot of people like to say that John's girlfriend broke up the band, which I think is pretty much just people scapegoating wanting a woman to be at the fault, but she also was really annoying. Like,
Expand.
you know, the Beatles had this pact when they formed, and it was like, all right, no girls, no wives, no girlfriends in the studio. It's just gonna be us. We don't want them getting in the way, and they honored that for as long as they were together for the most part until John had his girlfriend, and she would always be in the studio. She's just like this. She's very avant-garde. Like she's really into avant-garde music. So it's like abstract, out there stuff. Like she pretty much just screams into a mic. Like she would record a dumpster on fire and publish that and call it music. It was pretty bad. And and she would always be in the studio just making it weird. And like back in that time, back in the 70s, it was like people were swinging. People were like they were getting with each other's wives.
Yeah.
No one touched John's wife. They left her alone. And so yeah, a lot of people point to her for the breakup.
But that was only part of the story.
Yeah, there was a lot of underlying tension happening. And honestly, I think the Beatles breaking up when they did was honestly kind of best case scenario because like there's many bands out there who like make a great first couple albums and they just fall off. So they didn't. Everything they put out was great.
And they ended on their arguably their best. Do you think Abbey Road's their best?
Hmm. I'm a big Sergeant Pepper guy. I think I listened to Abbey Road the most. I really like the White Album as well. But Sergeant Pepper is probably like what I would say is their peak as musicians.
Why do you say that's their peak as musicians?
I'm a big sucker for concept albums, and it's pretty good. I honestly don't really know the concept. It's been a while since I listened. I forgot about it, but I know it's a concept album and I liked it. And just it's every music page on there is a masterpiece. You have Ringo talking about how he gets high with his friends. You have the whole Paul is dead conspiracy, which I don't even know. Like, don't ask me about that because I don't know the information. I think it's ridiculous. But like, there's this like whole thing where like they called Paul or Ringo or someone. They called him Billy Shears, and they hooked that up to someone named William something Shears, and he died something like Paul being barefoot. It's some crazy conspiracy that Paul got killed in '66 or something like that. I don't know anything about it really.
A lot of people believe it though.
A
That's
handful of people do. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Like they think that Paul got replaced by a lookalike.
Have you ever asked people about at Ithaca about it? Like
I've
in the
not.
music room? No. No, it's all business in there.
Yeah, we just get straight to this.
Solely
We don't talk
music.
about any of that.
We close the doors and talk with our instruments. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You've written your own music, correct?
yeah. Quite a few times. Yeah.
What's the process with that?
I take a lot of inspiration from pieces I'm already playing. Like I'm sort of just a plagiarizer through and through. But I don't just like steal the notes and play
Right.
like I was playing this piece. It was a Chopin nocturne, and then I liked the cues in, and I liked kind of this musical motif that was happening. So I played around with the notes. I rearranged them, did different rhythm, and like put my own chords on it, and then I made my own song from that. There's this piece I have that I wrote. It was inspired by it was a Liszt piece, Liebestrom number 3. So like I had the chord structure you can see, and like how I broke up the chords, you can see similarities there. And then there's a Tchaikovsky piece that I referenced. So like a lot of my pieces that I write come from references and inspiration from things that I've been playing.
So when you're listening to a song, can you can you visualize it on, or can you hear a song and know like what notes are being played and almost write down what you hear?
I don't have perfect pitch in the sense like that, but once I
Right.
find like a note in it, it's usually pretty easy from there. Because like you hear a note and then another note above that, you just know the relation. Like is that a major third? Is that a fourth? Is that a seventh? And then from there, it's a slow process. Like you have to like play, write a note, rewind, play, write a note, rewind, play. Oh, wrong note, change that. So it's a pretty slow and grueling process, but it's rewarding at the end.
Does that make you appreciate a song even more when you go through that process
Oh
or
yeah, like you sit down and like you listen to like these Chopin ballades, and you're like, how in the world did someone write this? Like so many times, I'm like, how do you just like, how do you do that? Like, yeah, you can play it and be impressive, but like this guy wrote it and played it. Like that's just nuts. And then like, that gets me thinking. Here's a segue for you.
okay.
That gets me thinking. Like I'm like, people don't really do that anymore. Like I listen to these pieces. My favorite era is the Romantic era. I feel like a lot of people say that. And damn, that was my stomach. I listen to these pieces from the Romantic era, and that's like I'm like, damn, people don't really write like this anymore. Like, where did this go? Like, people like just aren't good anymore.
Hmm.
Like, people are good, like they can play good, but people aren't playing good and composing. Like, we play in an era of specialty. Like, you either compose or you write, and I feel like people who are composing, they're not really composing like classical. Like we've changed, we've gone past that. But I'm like, dang,
Right.
people just aren't good as good as they were like way back in like the 17th century. It's like I feel like we have more technology. Like I guess they had more time, but then like I came to the realization I listened to a lot of post rock lately, and I'm like, it's that's literally just what it is. Like I feel like if you took Chopin and he lived today, he would probably create post rock. It's like there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities between classical and metal. People say I don't really listen to metal, so I don't know. But people
Hmm.
say that. But I feel like post rock is like so post rock. You take instruments that are traditionally found in rock band and you play them in like non-conventional or like experimental ways. You don't focus on the conventions of music like a key or time signature. You play like soundscapes and like focus a lot more on atmosphere. And so I feel like the reason we don't see what people were doing back in the Romantic era is 'cause, like we have electricity now, I guess. People are playing like they're making post rock music, so I see similarities there. I feel like that's why we don't see that.
Who are some of your favorite post rock bands?
Godspeed You Black Emperor, top one, like so far up there. You have Godspeed You Black Emperor. You got World's End's Girlfriend. Have a Nice Life. That'd be my number two, I think. I really like Slint, um, Mogwai. Um, so those are five. I'm blanking on anyone else. Godspeed Black Emperor is number one for sure.
When you listen to that music, this might be a ridiculous question, but do you close your eyes? Does that help you feel the music even more, or no?
Honestly, I like a scene to look at. So like I remember there's a pond down here on campus,
Hmm.
and it was like 1 in the morning, and I was like, I don't want to be here right now. So I just put in some AirPods. I walked down to the pond and I just listened to Godspeed Black Emperor just looking at the pond, and that was like top 10 life experience.
Just listening to
Yeah,
Godspeed,
it
You
was
Black Emperor.
it was
You
Sleep by Godspeed Black Emperor.
you sent me that one.
I did,
That
yeah.
was like I said, this is probably extremely elementary. If you would like to take my words and make them better,
No, I believe in you.
go
You
ahead.
got it.
I thought that the transitions in that song were unbelievable.
Yeah,
It went from one to the next and it flowed so perfectly that I never even thought about it.
yeah. You don't
It
even
just
like know you're transitioning. Like they creep it in so smoothly. It's like, damn, now you're just here.
how difficult is that to do when you're performing?
I mean, as long as you follow what you wrote, it shouldn't be that hard. But it is like you have to. A lot of it, honestly, isn't what the players are doing. It's what the mixers are doing. Like you got to really have good mixers. It's like
What's that, like an audio mixer,
yeah, like an
on
audio
the technical
engineer.
side?
Yeah,
Got it.
like really make sure the microphones are working how they should. You know, in Sleep, that main melody, like
Yes. Yep.
they play that with like a screwdriver on a guitar.
That's how they did
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't like it sounds kind of like a violin, but that was a screwdriver on a guitar. It's nuts. And I learned how to play that with a screwdriver.
I think you sent that to the group
Yeah,
chat.
you just like you plug in your amp, you turn the gain all the way up, super high compression, and it's like you hear it buzzing, and then you like stroke the good. Wow, hold up. You just like you put the screwdriver on the string, and just like a violin kind of just up and down, and it makes some screeching sound. That's how they did that.
Have you ever gotten an abstract idea like that and then tried it?
I do almost every time I pick up the guitar. Like, I pick up the guitar. I haven't played guitar before this summer. I learned everything this summer, and like I just like I don't even think. I just do random stuff until I find something that sounds a little funky, and I expand on that. Tyler, when he's writing this new film, he actually texted me and asked if I wanted to score it, and he said it's sci-fi. So I'm trying to like think of weird ways I can make like innovative creations.
Are you excited for that?
I am, yeah. I've already started putting up some ideas. Like I want to try to mix futurism and minimalism, like
Okay.
two way like polar opposites. Try to mix them together.
So when you're thinking about that and trying to write that, are you thinking of like how almost a clash? Like, are you gonna have them meet in the middle, or are you almost gonna have two separate sections? Either way, it's gonna be a bit chaotic.
It's definitely a meet in the middle type thing. Like I feel like one thing I created, it was like the melodic structure was very minimalist. Like just slow changes, like repetition, just minimal stuff happening.
Yeah.
And then I just layered it with like effects and just weird things and some just reversed and like just like anything I could think of that would make it weird but not sounding like noise pollution.
Did you watch any sci-fi movies and listen to the scores on that to try and get any ideas?
No, not really. I mean, I've like I kind of grabbed from a lot of stuff. I grabbed actually was from an album I just purchased the other day, the Globe Part Two by the Microphones. Like I listened to that, and I listened to King Crimson, and I would like hear like these repetitive motifs that they would have. I'd be like, it's really cool. I'm gonna try that in a different way. It's like again, just kind of stealing a little bit. If you want some specifics, it was Map by the Microphones and Starless by King Crimson.
Do you think that's part of, you mentioned earlier how there seems to be, I don't want to say a lack of talent, but it's not like a revolution in music right now. Do you think that's because so much music has been made that it's hard to be a revolutionary, or that people, without even noticing it, are almost taking inspiration from stuff they've heard?
I don't think so, because I listen to music now, like modern music, that I
Yep.
think is like, this is some crazy stuff that's happening. Like, I've never heard of this before. Like, even in the rap sphere, when I was listening to a lot of rap, like the things that like Death Grips or like Clippings or JPEG Mafia is doing, it's like those are some very innovative ways of working with your voice experimentally, your samples and your beats, or like post rock. Like, um, there's this guy, his name's Brewitt, and he just released an album this year and last year, and both times I'm like, wow, it's like astonishing. So like, I think people like there's some statistics I saw. I saw someone comment on TikTok, or it was a video, and it was like, how have we not run out of music? Like, how are we not just like, there's only like 12 notes in the you play a C. There's only 12 notes to hear the next C. So like, how have we made so much music without just copying?
Yeah.
And someone said that like some Stanford professor did the math, and we ran out of music in 2008, and everything you hear is a copy. I just don't believe that, because it's like, I mean, you take a song, you just change the rhythm a little bit, it's a new song. Like, you don't just have 12 notes, you also have like the millions of different rhythmic components you can do, or like the even dynamics change. The style you play it changes. So I just don't believe that. I feel like there's always new music to be made.
That's pretty inspiring to think of. It's a lot like language because there's only so many words in the dictionary, but there's infinite sentences you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you need to be a good mathematician to be a good musician?
Absolutely not. I suck at math. It is my least favorite subject ever. I'm very bad at math. I got to I got to pre-calc. Took 5 weeks of it and dropped it. Haven't taken math since junior year of high school.
So where does that narrative come from?
People think counting is hard. I guess. Like, I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really all it is.
Every now and then a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, you just count, right? And then, I mean, there's subdivisions inside of that count. Like, each count, I guess you could have like 4 different cuts, and that goes. This good here we have to say takadimi, takadimi, but conventionally one e and a, and I mean, it's just that easy, really. That's it. And there's no really math involved. I mean,
Yeah,
there's to a degree there is, but not like you're not like doing algebra over here to play some music.
yeah, you're not trying to like really break up the fractions or anything like that. Are there some people who take more of a mathematical approach? Like, is it
Oh,
personalized or?
absolutely, you could. I feel like because a lot of the way I learn music is listening to music, so there's definitely more academic ways you can go about it. That's not how I feel like I learned it the best.
So we've covered all of the kind of instrumental side. How about you have written poetry too?
Here and there, yeah.
Have you ever tried to mix a poem in with any music you've made?
No, but I thought about that. I thought about that actually for this film Tyler wants me to do to score. I thought I might try that because there's like the I sent you three songs by Gospel Black Emperor, and all three of
Yep.
them they have like a monologue type thing. Like Sleep, it talks about Coney Island, how it was used to be the playground of the world. Um, BBF3 stands for Blaze something Finnegan 3. There's a spoken monologue that goes about like the traffic ticket and all that, and then Dead Blue Flags that talks about how the world is decaying in some economic machine, like super political, like it's music, and it also has the sort of poetry, like spoken word
Hmm.
monologue. So I wanted to try something like that, but I haven't before.
So when you do that, you started with the music, and then you're gonna add in a poem,
Oh yeah, it's
or
actually a
how?
lie. I have done it before. I just remembered because I have this account where I make like visualizer edits, and some dude texted me and he was like, "Yo, I made the song. Like, can I pay you to make a video? So I was like, oh sure, this is a cool song. Let me do this. And so I listened to the song, and it reminded me of this poem I read about nature. And like, I forget all the contents of the poem, but I read it like the night before. And so like, I found someone on YouTube reading it, and then I put it through like an audio compressor to match like the vibe of the video I made. And then I put him reading the poem on top of the song. So that's kind of related.
I remember that. That was the he personified a candle in the poem, right? Or
That was a
was that
different.
that was a different one?
My friend collabed with me because I'm friends with a poet who makes. I really liked his work, so I texted him and asked if we could make some work together. He actually wants me to do another one with him soon, but that was a different one. This is like way earlier in my accounts career. The the one with the song and poem. The candle one that was pretty recent.
That's pretty cool. That segues right into your account. Go ahead and plug the edits.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, on TikTok, if you look up EasyR8A, that'll bring you to my account. On Instagram, it's the same thing, just with an underscore. And what I do there is I listen to it's all post rock music. I listen to the music and like just like whatever I see in my head, I try to reproduce. So it's like some abstract visuals, a lot of nature photography. Like I watch a lot of nature documentaries and I like pull clips from there. I take my own videos. I take just like clips from like the Internet Archive of just like nature and animals and add my own effects and overlays and all of that. I got inspired because I saw someone doing that and I was like, this is a very cool way to have a creative outlet. So I texted him and I was like, yeah, how do you start this? And now me and him are actually like kind of the headstones of that community.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys keep in contact?
Yeah, quite often. We both sort of slowed down make videos. Like I used to make a video every day.
Yeah.
I might
That's
post.
a tough pace
Yeah,
to keep.
I might post like once every 3 weeks now. Cause like I don't. A lot of people text me. Like I get hundreds of texts of people asking me to like make work for them. Like sometimes it's like bands or like artists just like shooting a shot. Like, hey, can you make a video for me? A lot of times they want like commission. Like they'll pay me to do it. But I don't really do commissions. I only do it because I only make a video if the song inspires me to make the video. So like I feel like just doing a cash grab is like kind of lame. Like especially if it's not a song that I want to do. So I've done maybe like 3 commissions in my whole account.
You mentioned that as being a creative outlet. Are you a believer that you need to, or you should do something creative every day?
Yeah, and I'm always looking for new things. Like this semester, I kind of want to try. I've been watching a lot of videos on oil pastels, so I think we can get like a handbook, like a little just notebook thing.
Yeah.
Just a set of oil pastels. Just draw one every day. Like I had the video thing. I still do that, just not as often. And then well, I wanted to draw, so I made like little animations to draw, and I made a new account for that on Instagram. And now I want to try oil pastel. So I'm always looking for a new way to express my creativity.
And you feel that's made you grow as an artist, just in the broadest term of the word.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Made me more versatile. Made me appreciate other forms of art more.
How long have you had that approach or that openness to art?
I feel like I've always felt that like I've wanted to try new things. I've just never acted on it until recently because I've always been scared of being bad at it. 'Cause I remember like back in like middle school, I'd take an art class. And I'd be like, "Can't even draw this pencil." She wants me to draw. Like I was bad at art, and so like the art that I draw for the animations, it's not good. I wouldn't say it's like put in a museum, but I mean
Right.
it's what I want. I think it's cool. It's good enough for me to want to post. It makes me feel good sharing it. It takes like 2 hours, and then I share it, and it's cool. People like it.
That is pretty cool. Let me see what else I've got here for you. That we touched a little bit on the editing community as far as all the people who reach out to you and interact, but would you see that in general, because you said that the musicians at Ithaca, everyone was, it wasn't ultra competitive. it sounded like it was the same in the editing community. Would you say that your experience just with artists in general is just a great one and that everyone is trying to help one another and rooting for one another?
Yeah, people are always happy to see you do good things. I mean, like, my friend that I got inspired from my Ezra account, his name's Seth, and like he's always been supportive when I make milestones. Like, um, some of his videos are my favorite videos of TikToks. I always share them, I repost them and everything.
Yeah.
And like I've always wanted him to be like bigger than me, like numbers wise. And I between the two of us, the biggest video is mine. I do have one with like 110,000 likes. Like my
No
videos,
kidding.
yeah. My videos they don't like perform like I'm not getting millions of likes over here. It's a pretty small target audience. But what I do get, I'm happy with. But I do have one video that got 110,000 likes, like 800,000 views, and a few that are close to that. But those are anomalies. Like I posted a lot of videos, and I don't have a few like that. But like he's happy for me when that happens with me. I'm happy for him when it happens to him. He's been producing more than I have. He's been like really branching out to new editing platforms.
That's awesome. The last thing I have for you, you can always add more, is a while back you mentioned wanting to get on the podcast and you said, remind me about getting pantsed.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's all you told me.
Hmm.
I wrote it down. I'm reminding you now. So what was that all about?
So I assume I'm referring to New York City here. Um, this might get a little graphic. Um, so my school's music department, every 2 years, we would go to New York City. I actually went 3 years because my senior year they added this new trip to see the Rockettes.
Okay.
And so the first year, I don't even know how it happened. Oh no, no, I fully remember it. So, oh okay. So I roomed. It was me, my friend Evan, my friend Bryce, and Austin. We were all in a room together in New York City in a hotel. And then I had some other friends I went. They just weren't in my room. It was like this guy named Christian and Ben and some other people. And it was like 11:30. We had to get up early the next morning. I wanted to go to bed. And so they're all in my room. They're being loud. I'm like, guys, go to your room. We gotta go to bed. And they're not leaving. So I do the only thing I know how to get them out of my room. I'm like, yo, if you don't leave my room, if you don't leave my room, I'll flash to all of you. So I think who wants to see that? They gotta leave. Christian pulls out his phone, starts recording. He's got it right up to me. But keep in mind, it's pitch black right now. No one can see anything. The lights are off. The sun's down.
The flash isn't
yeah,
on the
flash is
camera.
on. No one can see anything. So down I go. I whip it out. I'm like, get out, get out. He's recording this, and then Bryce, I thought he was in bed. He's over there, flicks the light on. Everyone sees. I'm like, honestly, I didn't really care that much. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna send that video everywhere. But like, it still happened, and it's like, fuck, you know.
You also put yourself in a situation like if you threaten someone to do something and they call your bluff, you gotta do it.
You gotta double down.
Or else your word's nothing.
Yeah, you can't.
You've gotta do it.
Especially with something of that, like stakes, you can't just. Yeah, you gotta do it.
That's you're a man of your word.
Yeah. But
there's nothing to
the
that.
second time, this isn't.
The second time, back-to-back years or back-to-back nights. Give me the time frame on this.
This is back-to-back years. This is
Okay,
an annual
alright.
thing. So we go back to New York City, and I think this guy's name was Xander. I think it was Xander that did this. We were in a room. I don't think it was my room. I think it was Xander's room, and I have no idea what made him want to pull my pants down, but I was like kind of leaning my back on the bed and standing up, and then I like go to get on the bed, and all of a sudden he's grabbing my pants, and he like, I think it was just a joke because like my dick was out last year, so like let's make it a thing.
Yeah.
But he only meant to take my shorts off, not my underwear. But I was wearing some kind of like baggy underwear, so it came out, and I didn't think that the underwear came down. So like I wasn't looking, I was like kind of looking up, And then they're all like yelling. I look down, it's like fully flopping about there. I was like, oh fuck. So, so yeah, that was twice in a row. I was pants on a New York City trip. The third year, I kept it in my pants.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Is there gonna be a tradition like that at Ithaca?
Well, I mean,
Because
me and Tyler are going to New York City October 2nd. So,
I was just talking about the Ithaca dorms because there was an incident last year.
oh. No, that won't be a tradition.
That won't be a tradition?
No. No, that won't be a tradition. I learned my lesson. We don't need to get into that.
I think we learned our lesson.
Yeah.
If there's one takeaway, it's that Niche Nick means what he says.
Yeah.
He says he's going to pull his pants down. He's going to pull his pants down.
Yeah, that could be the takeaway.
Yeah, there's also the music, the editing, there's all that. But you're also a man of your word.
I'm a man of my word. I will do as I say. Yeah.
Nick, is there anything else you would like to add or clear up before we...
No, I think we covered all our bases here.
I think so too.
I think you just need to plug Dylan Smith Outdoors.
This is the indoor content. This is the Derek Smith Spiel podcast. You can find it on Spotify or on YouTube at Derek Smith Stock 13. Make sure to follow or subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for podcasts that come out every Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's the indoor stuff. If you like outdoor content, Dylan Smith Outdoors, he does hunting, fishing, and right now he is currently in a challenge where he eats a scoop of ice cream every day until he shoots a deer bigger than his last. Go ahead and check Dylan Smith Outdoors out at Dylan Smith Outdoors 8459. That was the Derek Smith Spiel with Niche Nick. Nick, thanks for coming on.
It was great being here.